Hello learners of all ages, my name is Mr. Montgomery. I teach 4th and 5th grade math, and today we're going to be learning how to measure with ruler. Now this is going to be more of a 4th grade led type of lesson, meaning I can't draw everything to scale up on the board. A lot of the stuff that you're going to be measuring is in your book, but what I can teach you is how to measure in your book on a ruler. So when you look at a ruler, there's two sides to a ruler. There's the side that's in inches, and on the other side, there's a lot of little numbers. Those are going to be measured in centimeters. We're going to get to centimeters later in this chapter, but we're going to be starting with inches. That's the one that we use in America. So some rulers have a 0 at the end. Mine doesn't, but you see the first big tick mark? If you're ever measuring something, you start measuring at that tick mark, the big tick mark. And what I mean by tick marks are little lines that are in between. Sometimes it'll have 0, but did you see where the first line was on my ruler? Again, does not have a 0. But there are 8 little tick marks that are in between every single whole number when it comes to an inch. An inch is measured in eighths. And so sometimes you will see that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and then 8 eighths equals a whole other inch. But whenever you hear somebody measure, maybe your dad, mom, grandma, uncle, aunt, grandpa, they don't say 2 eighths because 2 eighths can be simplified into 1/4. 4 eighths can be simplified to half, and 6 eighths can be simplified to 3/4. So sometimes you might hear somebody saying it's 1 3/4 of an inch. Well, that would be equivalent to 1 inch and 6 eighths of an inch, but they've already done the conversion or they've already done the simplification in their mind. Now, when you take a look at an actual ruler, you see that they have different length of ticks. The really long ones are to measure inches. The second longest is to measure the half inch, and the third longest ones here and here help divvy it up into 1, 2, 3/4. All right, my 4th grade friends, if you take a look at page 217 in our workbook, you see that we're going to be doing practice problems number 2 and number 3. Now for number 1, it says measure each length. So they have a notebook that you're going to be practicing measuring with. Let's do an example of that together. Now mine is not going to be as accurate, but again, you're going to be taking your ruler. They're going to be having little red lines kind of around here and around here. And so what you're going to be doing is you're going to be getting your ruler so that the 0 is matched up with one side, and you're going to be going all the way to the other and reading how many inches are, is that notebook, the length of that notebook. And for number 3, they're asking you to draw a line segment based on what you are measuring. So again, you're going to be taking your ruler, you're going to be drawing a line starting at 0 and going 2.5 inches and then stopping that line. Now again, a line segment is something that would look like this. It's just a segment of a line. It has a starting point and an ending point. If you have any questions on how to measure with a ruler, please let me know when you come to class tomorrow.